Okay, morning everyone. Welcome to the briefing on Saturday, the 11th of March. Actually, what I'll do is put this back 12 hours and you can see the actual midnight chart where the fronts were. And in 12 hours, how little it's actually progressed. This is a sort of waving front, really, that's doing battle between the sort of established high pressure and the low that's slowly creeping towards us. And in the next 12 hours, it's not going to move very far. It looks like the real front won't actually get to us till after dark. And you'll see from some of the actual stuff how the weather on it is changing and fizzling out. Very hit and miss. Not an active feature, that's for sure. Beginning to sort of fade away, really. But westerly winds behind it, but in here, not strong, but sort of steady east-southeasterly. As the day goes on, I think it might turn a little bit more of a southerly flow in here. Really, the winds are sort of parallel to this front at the moment, and you can see from the TAFs that it's fairly short, so nothing dramatic happening. Farnborough scattered at 4,000 feet. That's probably the upper stuff you can see here above us, and becoming sometime this morning 150 10 knots. I think it seems to be, the other indications are forecast a little bit less than that, but southeasterly the general trend, quite light at the moment, and you see no change all day really. Gatwick is a bit longer because as you get to sort of nighttime, beyond about 4 o'clock, they're suggesting that it's any time between 4 and 10 o'clock at night, 4,500 meters rain and drizzle. And then the weather changing as this is the frontal system going through here, with the wind becoming southwesterly later in the night. So let's just have a look at the actuals, because I think there's some interesting stuff there before we move on. The METARs for Farnborough, it'll give you exactly what you see looking out the window here. Cab okay. There's no cloud, a little bit more cloud here, but light winds. 110 6 knots was about what we've got on the ground here. You then go to Bournemouth and they've got similar wind direction, but rain, fewer 1,100 feet, and then Exeter further west, they've got fewer 1,100, and it was raining there earlier. So not very far away to the west of us. The weather is deteriorating, but it's not coming our way, and you'll see that in a second with the sat pic and the rainfall radar. Upper winds, yeah, I think 150 160 10 knots, southeasterly. Bit of a challenging direction. We'll talk about that a little bit later, how we're going to try and set up really. Sat pic shows, if you the animation, the front really running down through here, not progressing towards us to the northeast, fairly static really. The weather coming down it is just going to the southeast, and you'll see that on the rainfall radar. And you just play the rain through it. It's just not moving, and hopefully we're far enough away from that. We're in here, we're far enough away that we won't see it. And I think even some of this stuff is sort of higher up. By the time it gets to the ground, there's nothing there, or you just get a few spots, and it's certainly fizzling out. There's a little bit more solid stuff over Ireland. Just keep an eye on that for later in the day and overnight. Temperature wise, quite a contrast between one side of the front and the other. Nice and warm probably on on the sort of western side of that warm front. For us, yeah, 7-8 degrees at best. I think in the shelter it's going to feel a bit chilly in that southeasterly wind. It's being drawn in from the continent. So not warm out there, certainly hat, coat and gloves when you're out there. And Top Meteo gives the same sort of picture, really. This 9 o'clock cloud sitting out to the west of us, but not really coming in till much later in the day. We're showing some scattered cloud here. We may start to see broken at 1,500 to 2,000 feet by lunchtime. And we're not really going to see the lower cloud in the front. That's 4 o'clock in the afternoon till we've stopped flying, I suspect. Overnight, it starts to go through. And then tomorrow, looks like a flyable day, really. But 24 hours ago, I thought tomorrow was going to be a bit of a write-off, but no, it looks like get something out of tomorrow. And Monday, I think the wind was an issue on Monday. So we can have a quick look at that. 30-foot winds on Monday. Yeah. Potential for steady 30 knot plus. I think Monday afternoon, gusts of 40 knots plus. So pretty windy on Monday, but looks better later in the week. Okay, so yeah, definitely flyable today. Southeasterly wind. At the moment, the upper cloud is fairly high, but we might see some lower bits during the day. We might catch the odd spot of rain, I think, if we're unlucky, but we're not going to, by the looks of it, see anything heavy until after dark. Okay, NOTAM wise, absolutely nothing in the Lasham area to worry about in terms of airspace. Quiet. They will be operating at Middle Wallop for sure today, gliding, and there's no jet movements or light aircraft forecast to be coming in, so all clear on that front. Operationally, now here's the challenge. Okay, so it rained. We had the snow and then bits of rain after that during the week. So parts of the airfield are a little bit soggy in this area here, a little bit soggy at the moment. Hopefully dry out a bit. What we're going to try to start off with is winch around here somewhere. Launch point will be on the runway, gliders on the south side of the launch point vehicle, a normal winter operation, and we'll try launching on 09. Please correct to the right wing down, because the cable drift with a southeasterly wind is going to be over here, and we don't want to put cables over here too far. If that doesn't work, next plan will be to move the winch down here and we'll try towing out on the grass. Hopefully that'll work. It won't be too soggy down through here. It should have dried out a bit. I don't really want to, I just don't think going down here on 1.6 is going to be an option today, but if we have to go, that's the down there, that's the third and final option of the wind being in an awkward direction. So we'll see how it goes. Grass is all landable, so we land on wherever. We're not going to be operating a shortened land on the runway operation. We're just operating from here as normal. Quite a big list, so 4K21s. Out, leave 431 in the hangar, please, and a few single seaters booked. So let's get all the kit out and I'll see you out there.